Hi, welcome back to I Confess with Travis. I'm your host, Travis Bartlett, and today I'm going to be talking to a mother and a son. We're going to be talking about schools and embarrassing stories. Let's see what their story is about. So let me go ahead and take my first call. So, how y'all doing?
Good.
So, I hear you guys got a story you want to tell.
Yes, sir, we do.
Here we go first.
So the story is about my first days of middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the first day of the first middle school day, which was in 6th grade, I had like really long hair, and I had like these thin glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked like a girl, like. So I got really kind of bullied, you could say, like picked on.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I got a buzz cut. I remember I got a buzz, and then that didn't help at all. I still got bullied, and
it made it worse.
Yes, and in the first week, I already got ISS, which is in school suspension.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I got detention on the 3rd week. I was a bad kid, man. And then
yeah, he was going through it.
Can I transition from 6th, 7th, and 8th?
Yeah.
Okay. So I 6th grade wasn't really too special. It was just that I got really picked on. But 7th grade, I had like really, really long hair.
Really long. It was luscious. It was so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, I had like really long hair. It was to my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I got called a girl still.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke my wrist in 7th grade too, around around January or February. But yeah, and then there was this girl that I liked, and I tried shooting one shot, and I got rejected, and made fun of, and got posted on a Instagram thingy.
Mm.
Oh, I remember this one point in 7th grade, I was failing all my classes, and I had a 32 in English.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was not good. So I got a stern talking to from my dad.
See, when I was growing up, me and my sister, we didn't really like school. I mean, we were one of those people like, we wanted to stay home, play video games, and go shopping or whatever. That's what we did. But see, when I was in school, I had an easy life because I was actually in autistic, classes because, I have autism. And we would go on field trips like every other week, basically. Yeah. So we had a really good one.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes the field trips would be like educational, like
to museums and art, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Like they'll teach you to say things like, okay, like let's just say like you're in school, and then the teachers say like, okay, like we're on a bus, and then the teachers will start asking us like educational questions like, okay, well, since we're on the bus, the questions I want to ask is what causes traffic and what is traffic? And then we have to try to come up with the best answers of what causes and what starts it and stuff like that.
And that kind of reminds me of my psychology class. It's on like why people do things and all of that.
It's like, yeah, they're basically they were trying to teach us on how to get into the real world. So let's say one day we graduate and then it's like we're on our own,
No, yeah, I feel like that's key points for every school. I feel like they should really teach us on like get more prepared for like the future. They do educate us in like science, math, but I feel like that's something that you should be teaching for somebody who wants to major in that type of stuff. Although it is a good thing to learn, I feel like as like teenagers, they really struggle with trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives. And I feel like it's mainly because at school they don't provide that. They only provide
some schools only give you like basic. They don't want to give you the whole 9 yards.
Yes, like I know how there's some like business classes or there's even money classes, which I feel like is the most important, business and money, because like that's how the world it's what the world works on, business, money, etc. But I feel like that's definitely something that should change at this point, because I know you could take classes for it and you can learn about it later, but I feel like that should already be taught, because sometimes people don't have parents to teach you that.
Right.
So
Yeah, see, when I was in school, well, see, I'm living in Macon now, like Macon, Georgia. But see, I used to live up in Atlanta, and I'm like an hour away from my hometown. And see, I grew up where, like, the school I went to, they don't teach you like I mean, sometimes they might teach you very little basics, but then sometimes they'll give you like everything that you need to know, like sex education or learning how to drive or, you know, or how to get a job, you know, that kind of stuff. They're giving you like a lot more on what you need to do before you get into the real world.
Right. No, yeah, they do that though, and I feel like that's a blessing. Like especially in our generation, like you know, sex ed and like learning how to drive, learning how to get a job, learning how to do all of that.
Right.
So I like that is a blessing that they do teach that. But I guess it's like more over like you know like the bills.
The middle school was crazy. I mean, to me, like, I thought it was kind of like elementary school, but to me, like, it felt like kind of high school-y kind of way to me.
In middle school?
Yes. It just felt like high school kind of way.
Yes, I feel like middle school is way worse than high school. Because, especially, like, in elementary school, like, I used to get, like, bullied, like, a lot. Like, a lot when I was little. And, like, and I was also bigger, too, when I was little, too. So, like, I wasn't just, like, you know.
Right.
Like what everybody wants to talk to, which like wasn't the point.
Right.
But they were mean. Like I'm telling you, the little kids that I grew up with, vicious. Like they do not care. Like they do not care. But I feel like in high school, the reason why it's better is because people have more like
they're like have like, more responsibilities and they're mature.
Yes, and they're more mindful. So I feel like that's why it was better. But like, ooh, girl, I was fighting.
Right.
I was fighting in middle school, elementary school. They were just so mean. Like they do not care.
Like when I was in high school, like I'm glad I graduated, but I was one of those people who kept saying like, I'm gonna drop out of school. I'm gonna drop out of school. But then I kept going, and I was like, you know what? You've already made it this far. You're gonna graduate. You might as well. Right.
You might as well finish. That's funny because I have friends that think like that too, and I just be saying like, no, I'm going to graduate with you. And I'll be telling them that too, like you've already made it this far, you might as well just finish this whole year. And then when they start a next year with me, I just be like, girl, you might as well finish the first semester and then the second. Then they go graduate. So and I feel like that too. Like school can be very stressful.
It can,
especially if you're around like you know, like homework. Homework is normal. That shit is already gonna stress you out. But it's like class after class after class.
Right.
Then you gotta do with classmates. You gotta do with teachers. You might not like them.
Right.
And it's just like it can be a lot for people. You know, sometimes like I feel like it should be like more encouraged to like just like. I feel like it should be more encouraging for like kids to just like stay in school because I feel like that's so important.
Right.
Like the fact that you cannot finish out high school, that is not okay. Because
that's not a best excuse.
Yes, because like high school can benefit you in a good way because you're open to a lot of opportunities. Before you think about college or all this other stuff, but you get to you also get to conversate with a lot of people who already like for me, I make friends with people who know what they're doing.
Right.
But I have friends who also don't, and I'm a part of that friend group. Like, I'm also one of them. I don't know what I want to do all the time.
Right.
It inspires me from the people that do know what they want to do, and I push through on that. I'll be like, okay. But it also helps the fact that, like, I'm not alone. Like, there's a lot more people that I know that are dealing with the same thing. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know either. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, see, my sister, she was in this one school up in Atlanta, and it was like the worst school. I never went to it, but she went to a different school, and I was in another one, a high school. But she was in this one high school, basically where the teachers didn't care. They weren't teaching students, and my sister said she would always get a report card, and she would find out that she's getting all F's, and it's not because of my sister. It wasn't my sister's fault. It was just some of the teachers that weren't teaching, you know.
Yes, I feel like it's very important, like, who your teacher is. Because, girl, I like math, but I've never understood it because of how they taught it. And this year, I have a teacher. Oh my gosh, bless his heart. But he literally helps me understand like math so much more better. Like the fact that it took me so many years to understand fractions, and he literally he had told me on how they work in under like 5 seconds, and I got it like that.
Right.
But I've been struggling with it for like for so long now.
But yeah, see, my sister, she dropped out of that school so she can do like homeschooling, and she basically graduated. Yeah. And I was like, well, at least she went to a better school than a toxic one, you know.
Because because I feel like with schools nowadays, they don't have a lot of teachers, but I mean, they aren't just hiring any type of teacher. Yeah. But I feel like it should be more important,
right,
to hire teachers that love to learn and that can teach.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if the teachers don't really love to teach for real,
like,
they're just there for the job.
Right. It's just money to them. Yes, they just don't care.
Like, yeah.
See, when I was in middle school, I mean, of course, like when I was in elementary and went straight to middle, you know, every year you get like newer teachers. Well, with me, like I said, I kind of had the easy, you know, I wouldn't say easy life or whatever, but I had it easy. I had the same teachers from 7th grade all the way through 12th grade. And it was so interesting because I was thinking like every year I'm probably going to get a new teacher, but then I didn't realize I'm in 8th grade, same teachers, 9th grade, same teachers, all the way through 12th grade, same teachers for like 5-6 years.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes that too can be stressful. It's like seeing the same faces all the time isn't really like good for us all the time, you know?
Right.
Like we do need to, what is it called? Be out there. I was gonna regroup, but that don't make sense.
No.
But yeah, I feel like that too, because like, you know how you have different people in your class, you make different new friends, you have new teachers, you have new lessons. Like, I feel like that's very important as well.
Right. And we also actually had the same students. Like, of course, like some of these students were like different grades. Like I would be in 9th, the other one would be in 10th or 12th grade, and we would all be in one classroom. And we would get the same students every year, and then every once in a while we'll get like another new student during the school year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good though, because like I feel like any type of new student is good.
Right.
But I know how it can be like if you have the same teacher sometimes. It does get like a little overwhelming sometimes, especially if you know almost all the time. It's like can't get a break.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, I do have an embarrassing story.
Okay.
So this is during the summertime. I don't remember how old I was. This was maybe 8th grade summer. Yeah, it was 8th grade summer. So so my mom has this friend who recently got out of jail, and she found herself a little sugar daddy, right? And I've known her ever since I was little, my mom's friend. And we went over to her place, or her man's place, or like where they lived at the moment. And we just like caught up with them, and you know, she's so loving, and we got to see her boyfriend, or who's her husband now. But we go to their house almost like all the time, and they have their house is near the lake, and they have a boat. So this one time during the summer, I know she got it good.
That's like money right there.
I'm talking about money. But okay, so anyway, we went out and we went on the boat, and they have this floaty thing. You know the floaty thing that hangs on the end of the boat?
Right. I forgot what they're called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, okay, so we're going out there to do that basically, right? So, and mind you, this lake, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. The water is so clear. It's so nice, right? So we go out there, and then my mom and her friend goes to do the little floaty thing, right? And they go on and they get off, and then they come back, and then it's my turn.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit taller, so like my feet kind of like hang off the floaty thing. So, and mind you, I was just wearing like I was just wearing like a two-piece, like a bra and shorts, basically, right?
Right.
And so I went on there, and I was low-key scared for real, but I was hanging on there, and it was low-key fun for real. And so we got on there for a little minute, right? And they speed up. I'm like, oh, hold on.
Oh, that's where it gets crazy.
I'm gripping on the thing, but my body's low-key like sliding down, and the water pressure from the bottom is hitting my stomach to like my pelvic area, to where it's like kind of pushing on my shorts. So I'm like, wait, hold on. And for a second, I think it's because of the sun or something, but I passed out, but I was still holding on to the thing. And I woke up, and because I only passed out for like maybe like a few seconds. I woke up, and my pants were sliding down. Mind you, like I was like in shock. I didn't really know what to do, but I didn't want to grab off the thing because I got scared. But they went down. I felt like they went all the way down because the water pressure kept boom, boom, boom. But they fell down. I'm talking about pants, drawers, everything. Mind you, there's people out here jet skiing.
Wow.
And they can see everything. So I'm just over here, and I'm riding on the thing butt naked.
Oh my God.
So I let go. Like as soon as my pants, like I fell on my ankle, I let go. But I was trying to reach for my pants, and they fell and they sunk.
Oh, wow.
So I'm swimming in the clear lake, butt naked. And like there's people jet skiing around me, like I'm saying, and they pull around to come pick me up, the people in the boat, which is my mom, her friend, her husband, and my mom's friend's daughter. Right? So they're pulling over, and they're like, oh, okay, like hurry up and get back on. And I'm trying to tell my mom, I was like, Mom, my pants fell off. She's like, okay, girl, it's okay, you got your underwear. And I'm like, no, they fell off. And they laughed at me for like a good 5 minutes, and I'm trying to cover myself while I'm in this lake.
Oh my God.
People in jet skis just going around, and people in boats just going around with their kids, by the way. And mind you, I was on that floaty for a minute. I don't know who saw me. But anyway, so mind you, they're just laughing. They're like, how'd your pants fall off? What happened? Da, 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 da. And then I was like, how am I going to get back on the boat?
Right.
How am I going to get back on the boat? And I'm butt naked. So the girl's husband gives me his swimming trunks. And I'm like, oh, okay, but what are you going to wear? He has a Speedo.
Oh, wow.
Right under it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. And mind you, they're still laughing.
Right.
And they had the nerve after I put the shorts on to ask me if I wanted to go again.
Oh no.
Baby, don't ask me about a day. I'm not getting on no boat. I'm not getting on no floaty. I'm not getting back. No, I'm not doing nothing again. What is again? I don't know what that is.
Right.
But that was just a no-no for me, because I'm talking about bright day in the summer. Everybody was outside. People doing jet skis. People on boats, families on boats, kids on floaties.
And they're seeing everything.
And I'm talking about they were speeding. Like speeding. Like I'm talking about showed being around. And y'all didn't see that my ass was out? Oh, that shit was, that was so embarrassing. But that's all I got, though. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you, too.
All
right, bye. I really did like their story, especially the kid where he was talking about how he had this embarrassing day where he had this long hair that went all the way down to his back. And, of course, he told me it made him look like a woman, you know, like a little girl. And he would get teased about it. And another thing, we did talk about how the school systems are. Because you know how the schools nowadays are. They're getting a bit kind of strict about everything. I know when I was in school, I grew up in Clayton County. And everything that we did, like we couldn't do anything fun like go on like websites or, you know, whatever. Like we couldn't like go on like websites where we could play like playing video games on the internet. It would basically, everything that we go on to would be blocked. And when I tell you how strict it is, it's bad. then she started telling me a story about how her bikini bottoms came loose, like came off of her while she was on the tube. And I can actually tell how embarrassing that is, because when you start hearing stories like that, it will get you so bad, and it will basically get stuck in your head for a lot, you know. But all I can say is, you know, I understand things happen sometimes, and I understand, you know, sometimes certain things could be embarrassing about, but all I can say is you just gotta, you know, think positive. But I know a lot of people, when they start telling stories, they're just afraid of what's, you know, what people are gonna say, what, you know, and all this stuff. All right, well, that's the end of this show. Anyway, I had so much fun talking to these people. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. And if you guys actually want to be on my podcast, please text 478-901-4445. That's 478-901-4445. And I will talk to you guys next week.